So, can you start by introducing yourself, please, to our audience? Everyone knows who you are.
Hi, my name is Ssali, and I'm the Chief Exec for Support and Action for Women's Network SAWN, and we're based in Chadderton.
Hi, my name's Karen Saville. I'm part of the SAWN team. I am the Health, Wellbeing and Inclusion Lead within SAWN.
So, Support and Action Women's Network. What does that mean? What do you guys do? Could you give us a brief overview of the work that you do?
So, well, I'll start with where we started. So we started in around 2007, officially. But before that, me and a group of women were doing work behind the scenes. And it's because myself, I'm an immigrant from Uganda. And when I first came to Oldham, there were no services for people like me. And I thought of myself as an educated woman, speaking good English, but life was very, 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 very hard. And it was very difficult for me to access things. I came to study a master's in Manchester Metropolitan, but the first thing that hit me was the accents, the Oldham accents, because the accents that we hear are the ones on BBC and CNN and movies. Very, very different here. And then, obviously, the culture, the weather, the food, everything was different. Some people were nice, some people were not, just like everywhere else. So that's when I thought, alongside with other women, that I think it's important to set up services that can make life a little bit easier, help us to integrate and be part of the community. So that's when it was self-help for African women. And then when we went to style prison, to work with Black African women, we realized that there were other foreign nationals who didn't have any support whatsoever. So we went to the Charity Commission and changed the name to Support and Action for Women generally. So yeah, that's how it started. And we've been running for 18 years now. And we've grown significantly over the last 7-8 years. And our work has been, we've structured it into 5 strands. So we have what we call the engine room. That's where everything happens, all the projects, different projects about health, about finances, about building confidence, community research, and so many more. And then we've got housing, where we are attempting to offer housing to individual women who have no recourse to public funds, single, no family, and obviously Black African. Then we have a growing space. We are part of Hunt Lane, which is a growing space where women connect with nature, and we grow all sorts. We do have, like ecotherapy. We have climate action going on, and so many other things in that space. Then we have a choir where anybody can join and bring their own twist of different lyrics and introduce songs in their own language, which we all sing. Then the 5th one is we've got a furniture hub, the only one in Oldham apart from Bulky Bob, and ours is different. It's because it's partly a shop, but also we gift people. We work with local authority with the household fund, so people come and choose what they want, as long as we have it in for their house. Just furniture, basic furniture that people need. So those are the different strands of our work, and we're very, very, very busy, believe it or not. Very, very busy. We're small but mighty. We do a lot of good work in Oldham.
Oh, thank you for that. So when you first came here, what do you think the kind of biggest challenges were for yourself, and what kind of inspired you to be like, okay, I'm not just going to try and help myself, but I'm going to set up this network to help more women and support them? And what were the kind of main reasons about thinking these are the biggest problems people are facing that I need to help with?
I think one of the biggest reasons that I thought that it's important to help women is the difference of how a little equity can change somebody's life. So instead of giving somebody a handout, give them a hand up. So teach people how to fish instead of giving them a piece of fish or whatever it is very, very helpful. So that's what we do for women. We offer women opportunities, and we see that change. It is shocking that a woman who can come in suicidal, has no food, can't speak English, within 6 months they're transformed. At the moment, we are employing within the charity about 7 women who came through the doors as somebody who needs something. Now they're in control of their own lives, they've got their houses, their families are in order, they are contributing to the community, that we've given them jobs. They've been with us, some of them have been with us around more than 5 years, working with the charity and giving back and doing other things in their lives. So I think that's that change, that a little support and seeing the person and not seeing them as a statistic is very, very important.
Kind of humanising them and giving that contact of, we're here for you, you're part of a community, that sort of thing.
Wanted to end her life and believed she had no skills, she was worthless and just an absolute nobody. I think within SAWN, what we have a rescue pack. Now it's not medication like you would normally expect. Our rescue pack is a tissue and a tea bag. And this tissue and tea bag signifies the help that most people need, which is a good listening to, without judgment, without feeling ashamed, in a place where they feel safe to actually be open, be brave, and be honest about their experiences. And it takes many, many women, many times of visiting SAWN. We get people coming through the furniture hub, looking round, as though they're looking for furniture, but then they'll go away. Then they come back, and once you've seen people 2, 3, 4 times, you start to think, what are they really looking for? So then you gently, hi, good morning, a smile, good morning, and start to build a relationship, which is what we do with every single woman that comes through that door. We are not experts in anything. We are women who care. We are women who are passionate about providing the opportunities for women. We don't grow women, women grow themselves through the opportunities. And we recognise skills, we recognise trauma, and we are linked in with lots and lots of different counsellors that can provide culturally appropriate counselling, because many of the women actually need that before they can take the next step to living their life their way.
Wow. So it really come through in what we've been speaking about, how it's, you're not there to say, we're going to bring you in, fix you and solve all your problems. We're going to listen and kind of help you to develop yourself, rather than try and say, we've got the answers. Is that right?
Yeah, because some of the issues, like the Home Office, we can't solve that.
Yeah.
Some people have been waiting for 14 years.
14 years? To get like a settled status, you mean?
Yeah. Up to 20, for some, and some of these, because education is very, very important where we come from. So most of the women have PhDs, masters, and degrees that are useless. And if you come to study, that's fine. You go through NARIC. I don't know what it's called these days. So your qualifications are, because most of the countries you come from were colonized by Britain. So the education system is the same. So coming over to study, easy, because you're paying anyway. But when it comes to using your qualifications to get a job here, impossible. And some of the women have immigration issues, like, if you're an asylum seeker, you can't work. So it means you've got useless skills. And that alone is so depressing that you can't use it. Imagine if you're a teacher. Imagine if you're a pediatrician. Imagine if whatever you were, your life as you know it changes the minute you get here. So all that impacts on the women and everybody around them.
Right. Do you think enough people know about SAWN, or do you feel like there is a lack of knowledge still about the people who need it, or is it a combination of people maybe they're a bit kind of nervous to approach you, or do you feel like you need more of a push to get people to know you're actually there in the first place?
I think people tend to find out about SAWN by word of mouth. In churches, people talk, people know. We do try and publicise, don't we? But we're quite a small organisation in a small space, aren't we? And the number of women we actually reach is, compared to the number of staff and the space that we have, is quite huge, isn't it? And the impacts are huge. And that's in terms of providing opportunities, the number of volunteering hours that we actually use, the number of people getting into work. I think there's always room for improvement, don't we, in reaching women?
Yeah, but I think the people who need to know about us know about us. Yeah, obviously, local authority know about us, Action Together know about us, GMCA know about us, GMCV all knew about us when they're still around. Other local authorities know about us. We are part of so many networks, like modern day slavery network called BusNet. We are part of the Greater Manchester System Changers. That's been around 5 years. We are part of Locomotion. We are part of Oldham Women's Network, which has all the Oldham women organizations working together. We are part of so many other networks.
Gender-based violence panel.
Yes, in the Greater Manchester one, but we've also we're part of Mama Health and Poverty Partnership, which is 10 Black African women-led organizations which have been running. We have 6 hubs in Greater Manchester. So yes, a few people know about. There are those who don't know about us, but those who know about us know about us.
Well established.
Yeah.
So how many staff do you have at the moment, roughly?
We're a team of about 21 with 9 full-time and the rest part-timers.
And do you think, say, in a given year, how many women do you think would come through your doors you'd speak to, as a rough guess? I'm just trying to get an idea of the scope of, since you've started. I mean, it must be hundreds and hundreds of women, hundreds, since you've supported.
So we were nominated for the King's Award. We didn't get it, but we were nominated, so we got our statistics in order. So that last year it was 1,700.
Over 1,000 women supported. Wow.
Yeah, and that's not counting their families.
Yeah.
And children.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have a case management system which we are just getting to understand because we're not very techy. But when we know this year will be this financial year will be the first year that we've actually tried to document every single thing we do with women, and we've got a data analyst who is kind of trying to get things for us in places to see how it will read and what it's saying. So hopefully the end of this financial year will be in a better position to know exactly how many people we're helping.
So thousands of women over 15 plus years. In that time since you started to now, are you seeing a change in the reasons people are contacting you? Are you seeing different challenges? I'd be curious to see if you think it's evolved or if people are still having the same kind of issues they've always had, and maybe how you've had to adapt to that kind of changing environment, if it has evolved.
I think sadly they're still the same issues.
Yeah.
But the cost of living and immigration, the cost of immigration is ridiculous. And that's what's propelling people into becoming destitute. Because if you're going to renew a visa for yourself, like a family of mine, we're 5, my husband and our 3 children, you will need about 8K or more.
Wow.
If you can't speak English, if you can't understand how to fill a form, you will need a solicitor. You need someone to help you with your forms. Each individual application is 1,000 plus. And then you've got the surcharge on top of that. I don't know if you know what the surcharge is.
No, I don't. Can you explain?
The surcharge is a cost for a health charge for immigrants, which is 1,000. Last time I checked, because it keeps going up, it was like 1,030 something for each person per year. So if it's 5 of you, that's 5K for 1 year plus. So if you're applying for 3 years, that's 15K.
I had no idea it was so expensive.
Yeah. And as if that's not bad enough, when you pay that surcharge, you're still paying taxes like everybody else. So you charge double to live and work in the UK. So the jobs that we do as African people and many immigrants is the 3 C's: cleaning, care and catering. And the pay for that, if you're a cleaner, to earn 20K, you must be working day and night to earn 20K. So imagine your 20K that you're earning, you have no recourse to public funds, you have, so you don't get benefits. So you're working them, so you can't afford to pay for childcare. So if you're lucky if you have a partner, it means those are 2 incomes. All your money has to, just for you to survive. You just live to survive. But then that immigration, if it's 3 years, before you know it, you won't have any money to renew. So you find that people end up renewing for people who are working. So the children end up not having the right to live or the right visa. So yeah, the immigration and the cost of living have just made things worse. All the other things, because when people are poor, there's a lot of abuse, poor parenting and health. So it just makes everything worse for people.
Yeah. Speaking about the ways that you've helped, you spoke briefly around the Household Support Fund. Can you speak a little bit about that? I know the council was involved in that as well, and kind of how that came about on your side and what you guys were able to do with that.
So the Household Fund, I think this is year 3 or 4 that we are being fortunate enough to be part of it. It works out very, very well for us because being part of Oldham Women's Network, we know what organizations are part of that and what they provide. So we know we can send women or families to Rio to get clothes. Then they come to us for furniture. Then we know we send them to UKEF for other needs that we can't meet. Then we send them to what's the other?
Oldham Play Action Group, OPAG.
Yeah, OPAG, for electricity, gas and vouchers of that kind. So it really, really helps to know that we are not just providing one thing, but we are linked to others to provide a holistic support for somebody who's destitute.
And Learnathon Freehold projects, we also support them. We work very, very closely as a network within Oldham. And what we do, we work with all families. You know, families from Southeast Asian communities, black communities, as a collective, because we're much stronger as a collective than we are individually.
Yeah, and the Household Fund is for everyone in Oldham, not just... Yeah.
So it enables you to, guide people to all the correct support networks. Once you've got contact with them, it's kind of, I'm getting the sense that it's working it as a community, not just we'll help you with this, but this is how everyone can kind of come together and support you. Do you think there's quite a strong community for like that in Oldham? I always find that there's a very kind of, people look out for each other, and it's very kind of, there are, in some places perhaps more than others, but there can be very close-knit community groups who do support each other quite a lot.
Yeah, I think as part of Oldham Women's Network, but also during COVID, I think Action Together started a COVID champion support group. Yeah. And that group brought us together with other churches and mosques and other religious leaders and places of worship where people go voluntarily.
I think I remember, were you doing a vaccine uptake?
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember I was working here doing the comms. I think I remember seeing you in the WhatsApp group at different events about promoting the vaccine.
Yes. Yeah. So we're all working together, and what that did is it brought together there are people I didn't know belonged to certain churches and spaces that we are working with now that came through that space of the COVID champions supporting each other. So yes, there's the network of community organizations, and if somebody comes through and we can't support them, we know we can send them somewhere else. Yeah. And they'll tell us what they're supporting them with, which is beautiful.
Yeah, it really helped I got to know a lot more people during that time. I was finding out who did what, and it was obviously a very difficult time, but it really did make you realise there were so many more people out there than you first aware of. One thing I really wanted to ask is that if anyone perhaps is listening to this who has been a bit unsure about, speaking out for help and support, or perhaps is just not sure about that first step, as I'm sure it can be quite a daunting one for people, what would your message be to them in terms of helping them to kind of come to you, or perhaps just reach out to anybody in the first instance?
I suppose, because I've been in need myself. I remember there was a time we didn't have gas, I cannot tell you how cold the house was. And I suppose what made me reach out to somebody who gave me 50 quid straight away was the fact that if you don't reach out, you're in the same position. If you reach out and somebody helps you, then you're better off. But even if they don't help you, you're still in where you were. So reaching out can change your prospects in whatever way. So when you're in need, just reach out. If we don't help you, we'll certainly signpost you to somebody who can.
Yeah.
There's always, and there's some things that we can't, we'll tell you straight away. For example, like immigration. But we'll help you with what Karen said. Tissue, cup of tea, and rich tea, biscuits, because we can afford them. So
they're good biscuits.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll give you what we can, but please reach out. You never know. We might know somebody who will help you. There hasn't been one person who's come in and we said, I'm sorry, we can't do anything for you. There isn't one person who's come to us and has not left smiling. So even if you just kill you with kindness, just show up. And
I like that.
including men.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a women's space, but actually yesterday, somebody reached out to me and they're bringing two Nigerian students who don't know nobody. They've just come from Nigeria and they live in Middleton. So he said, Rose, I don't know what to do with them. Young man, God bless him, who supports them. I said, just bring them. We'll give them a cup of tea, Karen, won't we?
We will.
Yeah.
And the biscuit rolls.
Exactly. So even if we just kill you with kindness, that's it.
And we do
Just
have a
turn up.
men's group, don't we?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay,
we do have a
so
men's
men's
group,
group as well.
Started by Jonathan, Rose's husband, recognising that young black African men, and in general men, are reluctant to talk, reluctant to share. And what we've done, the group is relatively new, Safe Square Sanctuary, runs on Saturdays, but it's for men, with men, run by men who have lived and walked the walk.
So actually, those two young men, I referred them yesterday into the service. So,
Yeah, so no one's turned away. There's always
Nobody.
support. I can imagine you never regret even trying to get support, do you? You probably regret not,
No.
but
exactly.
there's always a kind word that can be said.
I think the space is small. SAWN's based on Melbourne Street, Chadderton. It's a small space with a big heart that runs on love, kindness and respect. And that's for every single person who comes through the door. The values and the ethos of SAWN is we will support you, but we will not do for you what you can do for yourself. Sometimes at the beginning people need a little help to understand that.
Yeah.
But we're about people growing themselves because they've got the skills. They might have forgotten them with all the trauma and the tribulations of trying to navigate systems that are complex. But given time, given the right support and the encouragement, people will grow, they will blossom and they will flourish. During the COVID period, 27 women started small businesses. 27 women.
Incredible.
We facilitated an online business support programme because during COVID, SAWN did not stop. SAWN kept, its door was physically closed, but its heart was open. And these women, we've got now a hairdresser that comes in on Friday and a beautician, and she does affordable hair, recognising that many of these women have got no recourse to public funds, low confidence. So Joyful World of Beauty comes in on Fridays. We've got a woman, Ruth Super Kitchen, started Alcon Meals, supporting people coming home from hospital with COVID, and they couldn't cook for themselves, so she delivered African food, because when you're ill, you want what you know. Yeah, you want whether it be cultural, whether it be your preference, you know, and that's what happened. She worked with the hospital to provide meals to people who were coming home. Those are just two of the businesses, aren't they?
Yes.
But SAWN is a safe space where everybody is welcome, where people can bring whatever baggage they've got without judgment and start to relearn, relive and be the person that they aspire to be.
Oh, it sounds like incredible support. And how can people support SAWN? Do you need volunteers? Do you need donations? Is the best way to do that via the website? If someone hearing this thinks, I would like to support your work, how can people help you?
Well, volunteers, we always need volunteers, but they do so well. They go on and get jobs, don't they?
Yeah.
So they
They do too
volunteer
well and you
for a
lose
while
them.
and then move on.
I suppose for me the greatest thing that anybody can ever support us with is relationships. If you have good relationships with whoever it is, if it's a funder, so anybody who's ever funded us, we maintain a relationship with them, and volunteers, relationship, staff, and the women themselves. Nobody comes and leaves anyway.
No.
Nobody comes to SAWN and leaves. We are like Hotel California.
We are.
Yeah.
That's the best vote of confidence, isn't it?
Yeah.
People are there.
You can come, but you can never leave. I mean, emotionally. So, relationships, if it's a donation, it will have a story. It will tell you where your donation has gone. If it's support, take support. If it is volunteering, if it is advice, if it is anything, is welcome, but it will come with a relationship. That's more important to us than the donation, because if it's funding, it will end. But the relationship we have with all those spaces that we're talking about, and putting a mark on whatever is happening. So allowing us to have a voice is more important than anything else.
Absolutely. Is there anything else you'd like to say to people, anything to promote, or are you happy? I think you told an amazing story there.
I think just ending with that please join us at SAWN, whatever you bring. It doesn't have to be money only. We take advice and, most importantly, friendships. We like people when people come and stop and give us advice on how we can grow together, how we can be part of your space or whatever you're doing. Our choir, we promote our choir everywhere. I don't know if you've heard it sing before. We've got a choir, and we go singing everywhere.
Sisters of the Yam Choir. We sing at public events. We've sang at funerals, sadly. Too many funerals recently. We are singing next week at Social Care Futures in Manchester a week on Thursday. And what we do, the choir doesn't just sing. It brings passion, it brings love, and it gives a clear message. So we use song as a medium to provide messages of hope, of confidence, and to get our voice heard.
Fantastic. Well, thank you both so much for coming in and having a talk with us. It's been great.
And thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.